With FM26 now out, it's time for the first versus rebuild against my dad, and of course, we just had to do Manchester United versus Spurs across 5 seasons. With Dad getting the bragging rights last year in the Europa League final, how will he fare taking his favourite team into the Champions League? And can I get this inconsistent Manchester United side back into European football altogether and hopefully near the top of the league where I think they belong? Well, there's only one way to find out. Strap in, because it's father versus son, trying to win points against each other to be declared the winner of this 5-year versus rebuild. Right, Dad, first rebuild of the year. Of course, we've got to do Spurs versus Manchester United.
Yeah,
looking at the two teams, you've made one signing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who knows me and when I talk about Spurs know I'm going to sign a striker because I don't like the strikers that I've got. I know we've got a new one on loan, but I don't know what he's like yet, so I bought one in just in case.
Dusan Vlahovic comes in from Juventus.
Yes, he's good striker, only 25, so I thought, well, 30 million, that's not a bad buy, really, I feel.
Yeah.
He's just one of those, he is an out striker, that's all he is, really, that's all he does. He's a good poacher, so I'm hoping that this guy's he's finishing 16 already, so I'm just hoping this guy's going to score the goals that I feel Spurs really, really need to do anything in this league.
Well, you say he's an out-and-out striker, but we're looking at your tactic. Combined does have him as a striker, and in possession, you're going for a 4-2-3-1.
Yes.
But out of possession, you're bringing him back as an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, I just want to defend in numbers, really. If we can sort of defend in numbers and hopefully then when we do get the ball, he then bombs up the field and then, gets himself where he should be as a poacher.
Yeah.
So let's get the ball under control first, and then let's go from there.
Okay.
It's something I'm trying. It's a new tactic out of this possession thing. Is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
We're doing a high press anyway, so when we are actually defending, so hopefully it'll work. It's try and error. I think everything is at the moment, isn't it, with this?
Well, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, with the new tactical system, the in and out of possession, the tactical visualizer, he is the furthest player up on the pitch anyway as this. And I do love this, by the way. This is very good to sort of play around with your tactics and make sure things are working. But one of the very good things that Football Manager has added, obviously, there's a lot of bad things as well, but hopefully those things get rectified. No. But anyway, so setting up on a 4-2-3-1, dropping back into an almost 4-2-2-2, but with the two attacking midfielders. And if we're looking at my Manchester United side, I didn't make any changes in terms of bringing players in. I did sell a couple of players. Malacia's gone, not for much money whatsoever. My possession-based tactic, I'm going for it at the back, which is obviously what Manchester United play, but I'm sticking an extra midfielder in there and using the two wingers. Now, I'm going to lock in a few players as well for this season, mainly because when I do the best 11 pick, they don't go in where I want them to be. Now, I want to guarantee Sesko plays as many games as possible. I think he's still young enough to have that good potential, so that will benefit from him playing as much as possible. And Matheus Cunha, I want to be in that attacking midfielder role. When I was doing best 11 pick, it naturally puts Bruno there.
Yeah.
And I think, although I do prefer Bruno in the attacking midfield role, he has the great attributes to play in one of these positions here. Where's my best? There we go. In possession, in that one there, as the channel midfielder. In Burmo from the left. Now, a little bit different, because he is usually very good from the right.
Yeah.
But we've also got Diallo.
Yeah.
So with what we're playing with, and we haven't got a right wing back, we're going to obviously want to play Diallo as well. So this is my way of getting all my favourite players into the team and hopefully binning off the ones that I really dislike. I'm looking at you, Diogo Dalot. Now, at centre-back, Lenny Yarl, for me, has to play from season 1. Because he's only 19, he has that 5-star potential, he is really bloody good already, and best 11 pick did not put him in the team. It had De Ligt, it had Maguire, and it had Luke Shaw.
Maguire, you got to have him on the pitch because he can score goals, can't he? I mean,
he can.
He's a top striker, you got to say it.
Yeah, but that meant Yoro wasn't in there. So I'm locking Yoro in.
I can understand where you're going. You'd be stupid not to do it. He's not, like you say, he's 19 and he's good already. So get him in there.
And then, of course, the final one is Lallans.
Yeah, your new goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper who looks very solid.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he fares out across the 5 years and whether I keep hold of him for the long run. But out of possession, we drop into a 4-2-1-1, well, 4-4-1-1, but with two defensive midfielders. And Burmo drops there. Yoro would go to left back, which is a little bit different, but it's obviously with this new setup, we're trying to find ways of making it work in a way which still suits obviously how they play. Not everybody's going to fit. Cunha and Sesko still up there up front. So, the start of the season, we have played quite a lot of games in terms of friendlies as well, and it has been positive. So I've got, my expectations are quite high, especially when the first game of the season, I defeat Arsenal 3-1.
It's a hell of a result.
So a good start to the season, yeah. We draw to Fulham because, of course, after beating Arsenal, we then draw to Fulham. Ahmad's got 2 goals there because he scored in the first game as well. Then a nice little 6-1 against Leicester, who are in, of course, the league below. And then in the Carabao Cup, but then 5-1 against Burnley. So it's a fantastic start before we play.
It's a good start, yeah. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get with Burnley being the first season in the league, so still a good result, though.
Yeah.
Only conceding 2 goals in those 2 games, scoring 11.
We've got Sesko scoring goals, we've got Mbermo scoring goals. It's been a positive start. However, Dad, very similar situation though. If we're looking at your schedule, you've played quite a lot of games, but you've lost to Manchester City, which is obviously the trickiest fixture we're going to have. You were down to 10 men as well, although you were also 3-0 down before he even got sent off.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with that result.
Yeah. PSG in the Super Cup, a 1-0 loss.
They're a hell of a team. They're a hell of a team.
Yeah.
I'll take that. 1-0 against PSG. Yeah, definitely. First game.
But then 2 5-1s.
Yeah, and also Burnley again, so they're getting a bit of an hammering at the moment, aren't they? Hell of a result against Bournemouth, I'll take that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. So 2 good results and a bit disappointed with the Man City game, really.
Yeah, so it's a positive start. Obviously, you got Champions League football. You've, funny enough, got Arsenal in it, which I don't think should be happening.
No.
But there we go. Foot managers already doing the same thing as what they was doing on the previous one, where it was just putting you against the same domestic league clubs. But hopefully stuff like that gets fixed. If you find bugs, report them. And if you haven't got the game yet, you can use my code at the top of the description. The link for the discount, and you can buy it off Steam directly. Well, it's cheaper than Steam, but you get a Steam code to download it onto Steam. So thank you for everybody who's done that so far. So season number 1 then. We're going to switch things up slightly in terms of the format for rebuilds. You might see a few goals and stuff, and a little few things that we're going to add on to it. So let me know your thoughts on everything, but let's simulate season number 1. Okay, end of season 1, Dad. The Premier League, you finished higher. 4th place. Arsenal finished in first position, but Manchester United down in 6th, and I lost on the final day of the season my position to Newcastle there. You finished above me. I finished 4 points behind you.
I had a bad finish of the season as well by the looks of it, so a bit disappointed with that, losing 10 games as well.
Yeah, you were some way away from Liverpool above you as well, so it's kind of like they were in a league of the title race, and we were sort of in this little division below. Maybe even with Chelsea, the next 4 clubs in a race to the top 4. But
I'm happy I finished above you, so I've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a start.
Yeah, and it wasn't the only thing, indeed, because FA Cup, Dad.
My favourite one as well.
Beating Liverpool in the final.
Good start. Come on.
So a cracking start
1-0
to...
in the 85th minute. Love a late goal.
Yeah, love that. For you anyway, not for me, because that is another 3 points. Now we're keeping very similar points tally, but we'll let you know of the changes that we do have should they come about. But mainly, it's if you win the Premier League, it's now 5 instead of the 4 that we had, because we felt like we needed to open the gap just a little bit. Now the other competitions we did not win, so we've got knocked out of the quarterfinals there for you by Newcastle. In the Champions League, knocked out of the round of 16 by Monaco. Yeah. So didn't get very far there at all. So let's have a look then. Round of 16 where you did lose 6-3 on aggregate.
God, it's terrible.
Or is that 10-4 on aggregate? I think it's 10-4. I do think there's too many goals in this at the minute.
Oh, so the last game was 6-3.
Yeah. Did not play in that one, which meant you actually went through in the top 8. So 4th place there, which isn't too bad. You got 6 wins there. We can't see them. That's bugged out. And 2 losses. So in the Champions League. So
I'm happy with that.
Lost 2, won 6.
Yeah.
Not too bad. What about the games against each other? Now, to be fair, the competitions, if we're looking at mine, obviously I only played in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And in the FA Cup, I was knocked out by Spurs. Yes. So it's another 2 points in the FA Cup for you, but 2 obviously for beating me in that fixture as well. So when was it, the 5th round? There we go, 3-1 in that fixture. So you beat me 3-1 there.
Away from home as well. Better.
Which gets you 2 points. But the 2 fixtures against each other in the Premier League. So we played each other in the November time. I won that one 2-1 to kick things off.
Yep.
Nice little Kobbie Mainoo goal there as well. And then when we played each other the second time, it was a 5-1 win with a Vlahovic hat-trick as well.
Oh, that's a good buy then, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Burmo's got the goal there.
I've won it out at Old Trafford.
I'm actually disappointed at how bad I was considering how good I started. Because if I'm looking at my run here, there's some bad fixtures.
Yeah, there is. Just cost you badly, isn't it?
Yeah, so disappointing. And Palace there, like joining Newcastle, joining Bournemouth. All games I was hoping to win. Let's have a look at my squad then. Squad for this first season in the campaign. So if we go to selection info, we can see the goals. 24 goals from Benjamin Sesko, which is great. 15 for Amad Diallo. Cunha got 14 and 18 assists, so it's good. Very good performance from him.
Yes.
Burmo 10 and 12, not bad. Bruno Fernandes though, only 4 goals and 10 assists. That's probably his worst record ever in a Man United shirt.
Yeah, I think it is. You got the assists out of them you wanted, but not the goals.
Yeah, disappointing. But he did drop further back. So next season we get Rashford back. So I wonder what will happen there because he didn't play that much for Barcelona, as we can see. But what I'm really pleased with is Lenny Yoro's development. He looks really solid now. You can see current ability is getting closer and closer to that potential. Yeah. And Sesko as well, obviously scoring the goals, and he did get slightly better as well, which is the reason, obviously, why I locked him in the first place. So whether I do make changes or not in the second season, those little positives that we have got there. And I've got £104 million to spend, which isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Let's have a look then, Dad, at your Spurs side, kicking things off in this first rebuild with some good points as well. Goals-wise, 34 from Dusan Vlahovic.
Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted to get in a striker that's going to give me the 20-odd goals that you need in this division. 34, come on.
Yeah, very good.
Pleased with that.
Kulusevski got 15 and 6.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that because he only played 24 games to come back from injury, didn't he? So I knew he was out for a while, so I'm pleased with that as well. 15 goals, that's good from him.
The lone signing, Colin Moani, got 12, as did Xavi Simons, who also got 13 assists.
Yeah, that's good.
And Kudus, another new signing, 15 assists as well, with 11 goals.
And I'm pleased with that as well. So I'm quite pleased going forward, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Done well there.
Yeah.
Got the goals that I needed, so yeah.
Obviously, you'll be losing Colin Moani and you'll be losing João Palhinha, who did play 49 games as well.
That's the one position I'm a bit worried about, really, because playing 49 games and he scored 6 goals from that position as well. Good player.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those I sort of might look into to see if I can buy him. Don't know.
Possibly, yeah. Or at least a similar replacement.
Yeah, definitely got to get a replacement. If I don't buy him, it's definitely a replacement, isn't it? So,
we got £126 million.
I should be able to get
it's a good budget.
Yeah.
Should definitely be able to get somebody. But yeah, there we go. Season number 1 is done. Let's take a look at the new points system before we tally the points. Yes, so as always, you will always get 1 point for a win and 1 point for knocking each other out of a cup. If you go on to win that cup, you will win another 3 points. A Premier League win or any league title win, as well as a Europa Conference League win, is now 5 points. A Europa League win, 1 step up from the conference, is 6 points. But if you win that Ultimate Champions League, you are now going to win 8 points. And that means tallying up for season number 1, Omega Luke has just 1 single point and Dad has picked up 7. Now I know we're all excited because FM26 has just dropped, but don't be complacent when you're searching online. You still need protection. And NordVPN is the easiest and safest way to make sure you and your IP address is protected when browsing online. With just a click of the button, you can change your digital location right from your home or wherever you currently are. Which of course gives you extra benefits outside of security, like getting around websites that now require personal identification to be submitted in certain countries. But NordVPN does way more, including the threat protection feature, which works as an antivirus tool, blocking scams and phishing attacks, as well as preventing websites from tracking and stealing your information. And for me, in just the last week alone, NordVPN has blocked 352 ads and 500 websites from collecting my personal data. And just like everything with Nord, it's super easy to toggle this protection on, as well as see the different websites is actually blocked. NordVPN can also constantly monitor the dark web for up to 5 email addresses to ensure that you don't have your password leaked as well. But of course, the fun part of NordVPN is being able to watch regional-based content from wherever you are in the world. And you may be surprised as the value for money that you can get with NordVPN, with all of that included when you select a 2-year plan. But with my link, which you can find at the top of the description, or go into nordvpn.com/OmegaLuke, you get yourself an extra 4 months on top of that 2-year plan. So yes, it is exciting times, but your internet daddy is here just to keep that reminder reminder to always wear protection when searching online. Introducing the key signings. So we've got Adam Wharton here signing for Manchester United for over £90 million. Everybody knows Manchester United are really needing a centre defence midfielder, and he is going to be my guy. Just 22 years of age, has the potential to be world class, but already a really good start with the base attributes.
And my key signing is Marc Casado. I've signed him for £86 million as a defensive midfielder. He's only 22, which is I think what Spurs are looking for. His mental attributes are very good, and he could be a very good player for Spurs.
Right, Dad, going into season number 2 then, a few signings that you've made. Obviously, you've got your key signing Casado, but you've also brought back João Palhinha on a permanent.
Yes, I mean it was a really good deal for 20 odd million. So I thought I'm not going to sort of let that go. He played really well for me last season. I've got a replacement in for him, but I think I still can get 1 or 2 seasons out of him really, while my other players just bedded in really.
Yeah.
So I've got, if I get any injuries, he's going to be there for me. So I think it's a good sort of like 20 million spent really.
A couple of players did go out. Dominic Solanke was one of them for £14 million.
I just felt he wasn't good enough to be in my team. So yeah, I'll let him go back to Brentford.
Yeah, obviously Casado has joined the club for 86. So overall, not a bad little transfer window, but you did also lose Yves Bissouma on a free transfer. So bringing in 2 defensive midfielders kind of just adds 1, because obviously you had Paulinho from last year anyway. Right, Bissouma leaving, so you're gaining that 1 back. So not too bad, kind of what you actually needed.
I felt the team are good enough for what I already had. So yeah, like I said, because I lost 1 player there, I've brought in 2, so I've just got 1 extra player out of the 2. Really.
Yeah. So tactically, you have switched it up a little bit in terms of the out of possession.
Yes, I'm leaving the striker up there, so if I've got an outlay then, just in case we do have a really good sort of like breakaway, he's going to be further up the pitch. So, but in possession, I'm not changing it. I had a good season last season.
Yeah.
I feel that I've improved the side a little bit, and I'm going to lock Casado into that position to make sure he plays every game.
Into the defensive midfield, yeah. So the best 11 pick looks like this. He doesn't go in naturally, which is the reason why Dad's locked him in. But you got Van der Ven, Romero, Porro, Udogie, that back 4 you
really
used
good,
to.
Yeah.
Johnson from the left, Kulusevski from the right, Simmons and Vlahovic up front, with potentially Sarr or Palhinha in that defensive midfield alongside Casado.
Sarr's a really good player as well. And
he's still young too.
Yeah, that's right. I've got a really good young side, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because your bench is decent. I mean, you were getting some big deals for the likes of like Vuskovic, who's quite a good 19-year-old centre-back, of course. Bergvall as well, who quite rotational, a very good option for you. He looks absolutely fantastic. So bench is really strong. Kudus, Richarlison, Bentancur, a lot of options there. Archie Gray's on the bench.
Gray's there. Manus is back this season as well, because he's just been out for the whole season injured. So
Tell as well.
Yeah, I've got a really strong squad, I feel.
Yeah. Let's have a look then. I had a bit more of a busier transfer window, so we'll see if that bites me in the ass later on, because the more I think you do on this game, then the more expectations are. So we already had a Roscoe, which was a deal that Man United have already got in place anyway. But outside of our key signing, we made 2 more. So Nico Paz was one of them. £75 million. Nico Paz, very good attacking midfielder. And he started really well too. He's got a goal. He's got 2 assists already. Adam Wharton's got 3 assists as well. So he's really hit the ground running. But if we're looking at players that have gone out, Dalot has left the club at the start of last season, in fact. £40 million there, but I didn't have a chance to actually bring anybody else in. And then if we're looking at what happened this season, I sold Lisandro Martinez for £74 million. I had no intentions of actually selling him at the start of the window, and then when I seen it was coming in for 74 million, I was like, I bet I can get a better player or a very similar player who's slightly younger.
Yeah.
Martinez is 28, so I've brought in William Pacho, who's 24. I actually think slightly better. So he's come in from Paris Saint-Germain for £69 million. Naughty number. It's another reason why I went for it. But other names that left the club, Rasmus Højlund. Obviously, he came back, didn't stay at Napoli. He's gone for £37 million. And I got rid of Luke Shaw as well. He's gone to AC Milan for £20 million. And Jadon Sancho off the books.
Good
for
business, I feel.
Yeah. So some good deals there. I think Nico Paz is going to be an interesting one. Bit of a wild card there. I didn't expect to sign an attacking midfielder, but when I seen him, I thought, why not? And I have changed things. So in possession, we have switched things around. We've gone for the 3 at the back, 2 midfield. It's very similar to what Man United are playing now. Maybe just not with as high wing backs. They're usually sort of like sat here. But because we're in possession, I feel like we need to go further forward with this. So Adam Wharton, I'm going to lock in because I think he needs the game time. And if I don't do that, he does go out of the side for Casemiro. what's the point in playing Casemiro anymore, in my opinion? He's 34. You don't need the game time. It's going to be good enough. I've tried to get rid of him, to be honest. But I like the idea that our front five is going to be very interchangeable. Right now, it says that it is Rashford with Cunha up front. But throughout the start of the season, it's also been Cunha from the left and Sesko playing up front, but we'll see how it plays out. I'm hoping Sesko plays a little bit more games. He hasn't got a goal or an assist yet. He's just played a little bit. So I hope this new signer, Nico Paz, who, by the way, my scouts rate is like our best player, funny enough, which is... I did not expect that. I think the addition of him and Rashford coming back, I hope that doesn't mean that Sesko really misses out, but we'll see. Now, the schedule at the start of the season, of course, we have played each other. It was a 1-1 draw. It was a cracking game. Yeah. Mateus Cunha scored within 7 minutes of the game starting. Destiny Udogie also got a goal as well on the 46th minute to make it 1-1, and that is exactly how it stayed for the rest of my games. 4-1 against Brighton, 3-1 against Fulham, and a draw to Aston Villa, which I was quite annoyed with, to be honest. But I did find myself 2 goals down and Cunha pulled it back. So disappointing, but never mind. At home there to Aston Villa, but we did pull it back and got the point. Yourself, Dad, if we're looking at how you played this season, you won the Community Shield against Arsenal in a penalty shootout.
Get in.
Big penalty shootout as well, if you look at it. Kai Havertz got 2 goals. Kulusevski and Vlahovic got yours. But Gabriel was the first one to miss a penalty, and that cost him. And that was like, what, the 8th penalty as well?
Yeah.
So, but a 3-0 win against Brentford after the draw with me. 6-2 against Ipswich. And you're like, whoa, we're off to a flyer. Lose 1-0 to Palace.
And don't score at all.
Yeah. So
what's going on?
You are through the Carabao Cup, though?
Yeah, I'll take that as
Defeated Wolves
3-0
there. So off to a good start there. You've got your Champions League football. So I think I'm in the Europa League this year. So an easier chance for me. But of course, points-wise, nowhere near as much as in the Champions League. So season number 2. Let's get it underway and simulate it and see how this one plays out. All right, season number 2 in the Premier League, Dad. Awful. 5th place for me, 8th place for yourself.
Yeah, disappointed with that. Bad finish again at the end of the season, so yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, so if we're looking at in terms of like the players, Erling Haaland has scored 30 goals this year. Incredible, really. Again, dislike these pages. It's so difficult to work out who's done what because you have to press all this crap and like, there we go. That's how long it takes to find out who scored the most goals. Like, it needs to go back to how easy it was previously. But if we're looking at our players, Vlahovic is there. He's got 16 league goals. But for me, Brian Mbeumo with 14. Rashford's down there with 12. No Benjamin Sesko. Nico Paz there for 10. Cunha, and there's Sesko with 9. So, played 33 times, but he only got 9 goals.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
No, it might be something where I have to lock him in for next season because I want him playing more games. I feel like in the long run, Sesko needs to be my guy. But there we go. So, if we look at obviously that season, I think you'll miss out on...
I could well do, yeah. That's bad news for me, isn't it?
Unless, of course... you won a cup.
Yeah.
Which you did in the Carabao Cup. A nice little 3-1 victory there against Fulham. Fantastic result there for your dad. Along the way, though, something else happened in the competition. I cannot believe it. In the quarterfinal, you knocked me out 3-2. So you not only do you win the 3 points for winning the Carabao Cup,
and get a point for beating you as well.
2 points for knocking me out and beating me. So not a great start for me in terms of points wise. I thought I was doing all right, finishing above you, getting that point. And I defeated you in the league game as well. We drew 1-1, but I defeated you 1-0 in the other league game.
Yeah.
But what about the FA Cup? Well, the FA Cup was between Spurs and Manchester United, and Nico Paz with the only goal of the game at Wembley. Phenomenal to give me. Oh yeah, because that points wise, if I'd lost that, would have been dreadful for me.
Definitely, yeah.
Really bad. So a nice little 3 points for winning the cup, but also a point for beating you in the final, which we will absolutely take. Now we'll have a look at European football, but neither of us have done very well. Round of 16 loss for yourself, Dad. 3-4 on aggregate to Barcelona. They actually went all the way through and lost in the final. Not too great, but if we're looking at how I did in the Europa League, I got to the quarterfinal. It was a Spanish team for me who actually went on to win it. Sevilla, of course, who
good
do
side in the Europa League,
very well in Europa League. It's their favourite competition. So not great in Europe, but a cup each.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I had a bad league position, but to get the 2 cup finals, I've got to be happy with that.
Probably
really.
Saved our jobs, I'll be honest.
Probably for me, definitely finishing out of Europe, out of European spot. Though I've got into Europe because of the cup, but I probably could have been sacked if I hadn't won that. So yeah,
probably. So might have to be looking at what we do for the summer, change things around, maybe the systems as well. But yeah, in terms of performances, definitely going to be looking at who I want to play up front next season. Alan Wharton, locking him in. Definitely the right move. You can see he went up a whole star rating, and look at the green arrows. I think passing's gone up for definite. A lot of things that are really good now with Adam Wharton. He's probably going to be our sort of main defensive midfielder now. And the fact that he's left-footed, I think, really helps, because finding a left-footed centre mid,
100%,
always a bonus in there as well. And his valuation has gone up through the roof. So I'm really happy we actually played him and kept him in there. Nico Paz, I think, is the really exciting one. Although Rashford coming back and getting 19 and 21 is insane.
That's a brutal bonus for you there, really, wasn't it? Because you weren't expecting him to get him back. So, getting that amount for you. But, Nico Paz, good result for 15 goals.
Yeah, not too bad. And, again, a lot of progress. Once we are able to change the attribute colours, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Again, it's something that I really dislike, and the fact that we can't change it yet is really disrupting us, because, I mean, you're dyslexic, and looking at that, when they're all the same colour, is a nightmare. And the fact that Football Manager hasn't even considered that yet, I think is an absolute disgrace. Because they've always had the ability to change the colours. I don't know why they're not giving you the ability to change the colours now. It needs to change, because I even click on it and I look, and the words start jumbling up and the numbers just start jumbling. They need to be able to change to 2 contrasting colours. Whoever thought it was a good idea to put yellow and green as the 2 colours, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. Rant over in that regard. But yeah, Nico Paz, very good. Goals-wise, of course, Sesko actually had the most goals for me this season, just not in the league. He obviously scored way more in the cups.
Yeah.
Brian Mbermo, another fantastic year for him. Another fantastic year for Cunha as well, 15 goals. Maybe not as much, 5 assists. Bruno had a better one, though. So that was good. We got £52 million. It's not a lot, but we've got value on our squad if I can find a way of selling players. It is more difficult, I think, to sell players in this than it ever has been. Again, you might see that as a big flaw. You might see it as an easier thing. I don't know. Dad, let's look at your squad, though, for this season number 2 and how it played out. So we've got Vlahovic with 33.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good season from him again, really.
Kulusevski, 24 and 13. Unbelievable season for him.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And he's still only 27.
Yeah, he's reached his prime. You got 3 years left. You can still just keep him. You don't have to sell him, Dad. You're all good.
Yeah.
Xavi Simons, 13 and 20 assists.
Really
phenomenal stuff from him.
I mean, I'm looking at it really thinking they're scoring goals for me. So strike force are really well. But do I need to tinker just a little bit to sort of like put a second striker in there?
Or the system to be more defensive, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe look at some of the instructions that you're using. I don't really know. Mark Casado, locking him in. Good idea. Did it pay off for you?
I think it did. I mean, because he's still only 23, so he's still learning. So I'm quite happy with that. He looks a little bit better now, so it can only get better from there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they suggest he's reached his max potential.
Yeah, that's a bit
but
worrying.
You just never know.
No,
you just never know. But the players that he did bring in, I mean, Paulinho, I mean, he's devastated because of his playing time, but he started come off the bench 45 times. So
that's what I wanted him for. I felt that was a 20 million well spent for that reason.
Yeah.
If he's come off the bench 45 times, we needed him and he's come on.
Yeah. Archie Gray might feel a little bit hard done by. He might be somebody you might want to invest some time into because he's only 21 and looks really good if he got given the game time. And Vuskovic as well. You mentioned the centre-back situation. Very good player with good potential. He only played 20 times where he started 12 off the bench. So maybe it's some more game time and you might be laughing there. Lucas Bergvall, he played a lot this season and I think he benefited from that.
This is the problem I've got as well because they're all youngsters as well.
Yeah, so you don't want to replace
22,
them.
23,
yeah.
And you're sort of saying, well, I should lock him in for this position. But I'd only be taking someone else out who's really enough the same age, really. So it's hard, really, isn't it, to sort of think, which one do you lock in or do you just let him fight it out? Like, I mean, I didn't think he'd play so much, but he's played quite a lot this season. But he has done really well as well.
Yeah, he's solid. Good campaign. 8 goals, 9 assists. Recruitment. You've got £63 million, so you've got a bit more of a budget than I have there, but not too much. I think, obviously, the first couple of years where we spent a lot there. But again, I think you've got quite a lot of value in your team if you wanted to sell. So, lots of points were thrown about this time round. Let's have a look in Season 2. Who won what? So the Season 2 points are Mega Luke with 6 and Dad with 5, meaning the total points after 2 seasons are Luke with 7 and Dad with 12. Going into Season 3, only one signing was made, which means my key signing is that man, and he is called Manu, playing for Man U. He is a centre defensive midfielder who can also play centre-back or centre midfield. He's going to work quite well, and he only cost me £60 million from Benfica.
Right, my key signing is the only person I've signed this season. Guess what, folks? It's a goalkeeper, my first goalkeeper of the signings. So Cabell comes in, he's classed as a world-class keeper. I only got him for 48 million. It's a bargain.
Well, Dad, you've got one goalkeeper coming in. 2 players have left the club, though. Richarlison left on a free.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with that. He just didn't want to sign a new contract. I would have kept him at the club, even though
he tried to sell him last season.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's just handy to have him in the squad, really. But yeah, he didn't want to sign a new contract. I don't blame him really because he knows I tried to get rid of him last season. So.
Yeah, Kinski's gone.
Yeah, I got a new goalkeeper in.
12 million. Yeah,
I had to get one of them
and
out.
Manol Solomon as well.
Just
gone
wasn't
for 9.
using him. So yeah, so it's make the wages go down a bit. So really.
Yeah. So match day. Talk me through this because you changed it and it looks bizarre.
Yes, I mean I'm still experimenting with my tactics at the moment. I'm all over the place with it, and I just had in my head I wanted to go 2 up front, so I put 2 up front, and then I'm thinking, what do I do with my wingers? So I just bought one of the wingers actually a little bit into midfield, and Doogie going up the wing, so he's got the free space of the whole wing going up there really. So that was my theory of in possession. Out of possession, I still ain't got my head around this one yet.
It shows.
Yeah, I think I've got the strikers the wrong way round again, and that's mainly because in possession I changed them around because I wanted Johnson on the right hand side.
Yeah,
which I didn't realise it was going to affect my out of possession.
When
really.
the assistant picks the players, he'll probably put Vlahovic. Well, I don't know how it's going to play out, but we'll see.
So yeah, we'll just see how that goes. Really, I mean,
it's starting right for you.
We don't know how it's going to work. Yeah, it could. Sometimes when I confuse player teams, it works for you, doesn't it? But
yeah, I mean, you got battered by Arsenal.
Yeah, I think when I come up against the really good teams, I could be in a little bit of trouble. I mean, Nottingham Forest beating me 2-1. So yeah, that was a bit sort of.
And you've also beaten me as well.
Yeah, so there you go.
Already, Brennan Johnson from the penalty spot. Equaliser from Bruno Fernandes on the 57th minute, but then Xavi Simons with the winner in the 87th minute. So it does look like it is kind of working on the first game of the season. But then you lost to Nottingham Forest, beat a couple of clubs there with obviously the Europa Conference League, which you've qualified for. So that's a good one for you to go for. You should be winning that one.
Yeah.
1-0 against Aston Villa, then losing 3-0 to Arsenal, but then beating Chelsea. So it's
in
like
the Carabao Cup.
And look who got sent off. Oh, I smell corruption.
Yes.
Frank Kessie getting himself sent off against Dad.
I don't know if anybody's seen it. When we were shaking hands at the end, I just slipped something into his pocket.
Yeah,
so he's a good lad, isn't he? I mean, I was a bit disappointed. It didn't come to me because he was on a freebie, but he wasn't interested. So
no. If you're looking at, obviously, this competition, this is a competition that you should be winning.
There's not many teams that I'm worried about, really, so... If I don't get into the final, I'll be so disappointed with this because I should do really quite comfortably. I mean, I should win it comfortably.
Yeah.
Apart from Roma, really, that's the only team I could see could affect me. Anything. So yeah, I think it's an easy one for me to win.
Should be. That should be an easy 4 points now. Yeah, that we've got it for. Right. Okay. So let's have a look then to see what I put. I mean, obviously the transfer, again, it was my only transfer in, but I did have a few players that did leave the club as well. Joshua Zirkzee gone for £9 million. Barely used him last year, unfortunately. And then at the end, there's a couple of players who's gone out on loan. Jane Sant, that was last season. Andre Onana, £6.5 million. Harry Maguire gone for £7 million, both to Aston Villa. I mean, if anything, that's helping us.
Yeah.
With Onana going there. Hopefully he plays in goal for him. But yeah, Harry Maguire is a little bit older now. He's 34 years of age. He's got no pace whatsoever. So players that I've got already at the club, I don't think we should be worrying too much about losing Harry Maguire, as much of a legend he is. But yeah, if we're looking at the squad, I love this setup and how it plays out because of the in and out of possession. The combined sort of has what I'm looking to do. And if we're going quick pick the best 11, because I'm not locking anyone in this season, I'm still getting majority of the players that I want to play in the squad. The only one I think who's on the bench right now that I'm a little bit gutted with is Mateus Cunha. But I think because of the 5 positions that he can literally play, he's going to play almost every game anyway, and he's bound to come off the bench. So Pacho playing as a left-sided player to then go that left back works really well. Wharton alongside Mainu, who would then drop into fullback, is the only concern I have. Outside of that, I think we're all right. We should be quite fine. And to be honest, start of the season again, in terms of how we've done, other than losing to you and getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup, we got battered by Man City in the Community Shield, but they're kind of running away with it. Beat Burnley, drew to Liverpool away from home, which I'll take, and then beat Bournemouth 1-0. It's not an amazing start.
No, it didn't.
But it's not worrying start. No. Newcastle losing on penalties. Manu, the new signing, missed the penalty. Of course he did. But there we go. At least maybe this is going to be the FM26 curse.
Yes.
The FM24 curse is they always got injured as soon as I signed them. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe they'll cost me in the Carabao Cup every time. They'll do something which we'll see. Yeah, there we go. So this is season number 3 now. I've got to start catching up with you to some points because although I did well last season, you kind of matched it. And points-wise, I didn't really gain that much on you there. So I need a big season this season for season number 3, and I think I've made some good signings, and the likes of Nico Paz could really help me. So let's find out what happens. Season number 3 then. 2 points. And where are you, Dad?
I'm a long way down. A long way down. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't know how I survived.
I don't.
I had a real bad end of the season. Real bad end of the season. I probably didn't get sacked because I stayed in the Conference League for a long time.
But did you go on and win it? No.
I got to the semi-final and lost.
Lost to AZ Alkmaar. That's a poor result. You should be beating AZ Alkmaar.
Yeah.
Penalties though.
Yeah, it was penalties.
It's not the end of the world.
It was there for the taking.
Yeah.
All Roma got knocked out as well, so it was there for the taking, I felt.
God, that's such a bad one. 4th round by Nottingham Forest. 3rd round by Manchester United.
Done me again.
And I went on and won it.
What a bad season this is for me.
3 points for that. 2 points for eliminating you as well as, of course, the 5 points for winning the bloody league. And guess what? The other league fixture we had, I won that one as well.
Stuffed me in that one as well, yeah.
Stuffed you in that one. So, you talk about your bad end of the season. Look at this. From April down, just 2 wins, 3 draws, but some terrible defeats in there.
Yeah.
Terrible defeats.
I should have won that cup final. I should have got to the cup final at least.
5-1 away from home.
Yeah, so
against me there.
Right stuffing, yeah. Good season by you.
3-0 in the
cup. Won the big one as well. So good double there. A
Benjamin Sesko hat-trick as well.
Yes.
Love to see that. I am shocked you're still in a job. I think you're right. The Europa Conference League semi-final has kept you in that.
Yeah.
And really, I think that's a sacral offence not winning it.
Once I lost the game on penalties, I expected the big chop after that.
Yeah.
Especially losing the next 2 games as well. So I hung on with the skin of my teeth.
Yeah. So let's have a look then at the squad for this season and how they performed. Great. Vlahovic, 18 goals.
I think that's his worst season yet. So
yeah.
That's let me down as well.
Brennan Johnson, 15, 13 for Kulusevski. I'm just going to say it, Dad. I don't think this experiment worked.
The tactic didn't work, no.
No. I think you need to go back to something a little bit more simple.
I think I've either got to play 1 up front or 3 up front. I haven't done the 3 up front yet. I can't get my head around this tactic at the moment. So how am I going to put 3 up front? I just don't know.
No, I wouldn't risk it just yet.
No, I'm going to go back to the 1 up front, I feel.
Yeah. Transfer budget-wise, you haven't got a lot of that either.
No.
Missing out on Europe.
I might just have to sort of play with what I've got, really.
31 million. You've got good enough players to be better than 10th.
Yeah, 100%.
And win cups.
Change me the tactic around and I could be back into it again, really. But that cost me a lot of points this season.
Yeah.
A lot of points.
Bad season. And just the season that I needed.
Yes.
A Premier League win. And if we're looking at the Premier League itself as well, scored the most goals. Did he get the... Erling Haaland was there. So we're not going to do that, unfortunately. I don't know why I clicked on goalkeeping. There we go. Goals. Ollie Watkins there. But Benjamin Sesko, who I did think would have a good season now, 19 goals. Very good. Bruno Fernandes with 15 as well. So maybe not as many up there as what I thought. Nico Paz got 10. So that ain't too bad. And I'm out there with 9. But yeah, they all chipped in a way. But we won the league. 82 points. Phenomenal stuff. And if we're looking at our fixtures at the end of the season, we actually lost to Man City in this game here at home in a title race. And you think, oh dear. But we come back. Chido Obi Martin chipped in with 2 goals there, and then we put us on a bit of a run towards the end of the season. Beat Palace twice in the space of a few days. I think you come up against Palace
just at the right time for yourself, really, to get lose that game and then beat them 6-1. It's sort of your momentum's going again.
Yeah.
And then you had Palace again
in the FA Cup,
and then beat them 3-0. So it was like
same in the final. Look, I beat Everton 3-0, and then faced them in the FA Cup final 7 days later and beat them 3-2.
So really, you didn't have any hard games to finish the season off with, really, which could have been a little bit sticky for you. But well done, mate. You won the league.
Benjamin Sesko hat trick in the final was the winner. Loving him now. Absolutely brilliant. Champions League, Barcelona knocked me out.
Yes.
So nothing to be too ashamed of for that. No. But they went on and won the whole thing. Beat Bayern Munich in the final on penalties. What a boring final that must have been. But okay, squad-wise then, I've just seen it there, £21 million. I mean, that's pretty crap.
Yes.
I was expecting a lot more than that after winning the league.
You didn't do that bad in the Champions League, no. I mean, all right, you got knocked out by Barcelona, but you still went a certain way, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I was expecting more money, wouldn't you?
I expect. Well, look at this, by the way. I've got a Charlie Scott goalkeeper come through, 17 years of age. He looks quite good.
He does, doesn't he, for 17?
17 years old, Irish. Not bad at all. There's always a nice little Irish-Manchester United connection that we always love to see. Goals-wise then, Benjamin Sesko got 33, which is great. Only got 2 assists. Bruno Fernandes, 20 goals and 9 assists. He's 33 years of age, but that 20 natural fitness just carries him through, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
He's still a world-class player. Nico Pasto, 15 and 12. Cunha, I was worried he wouldn't get the game time. 13 and 12. Yeah. Ahmad and Burmo still played a lot and still scored quite a lot. Rashford, I don't think he's ever got 20 assists in his life, let alone in one season. That's quite shocking to me. I've tried to get rid of him, but I don't know whether... As you can see, he's listed there. He is actually wanted there by Napoli. Maybe. I mean, he's, 30 now? Yeah. Might be the time to cash in. Bring in a youngster. Adam Wharton, who has been playing there, solid all round. I think the average rating for CDMs is quite low, to be honest. But then Mainu's got quite a good one, so maybe he just played way better than Wharton did. Manu did play quite a lot of games, though, so I'm pleased with that. William Pacho's done all right. I quite like this tactic. It's won me the league.
Yeah.
Can't be too bad. But yeah, let's have a look at the points then, because that has swung things around massively in my favour. Season 3 points then are Omega Luke with 11 and Omega Dad with 1, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 18 and Dad with 13.
My key signing of the summer was Renato Vega, 25-year-old left-footed centre-back who can fill in at left-back or defensive midfield, and that's the exact reason why I got him, because tactically, of course, my DM changes into a left-back in my out-of-possession formation, so he fits in perfectly.
My key signing for the season is Tom Biscoff. Good centre midfielder and a defensive midfielder, left-footed, only 23, with good potential. So I've brought him in really just to cover any of the positions. I'll get any injuries in those 2 positions. So,
all right, Dad, just the one signing in Tom Bischoff this season, £64 million. There were a few names that did leave. João Palhinha left for £23 million, but there was a couple of others. Dragerson and Ashley Phillips also left too. Now, your budget wasn't massive. It did only leave you with £16 million as well. So not a lot to obviously try and bring in anymore.
You're not going to get any first-team players in for that, really, are you? So,
no, that's it.
I couldn't get a first-team player in anyway, so I just thought I'll just get a good sort of centre midfielder in that sort of just covers for any injuries. I feel my defence is really strong and going forward I'm quite strong as well. So
yeah,
I just wanted to sort of make that centre midfield a little bit stronger, really.
Yeah, so 4-3-3 going into that 4-1-4-1 style of out of possession. But yeah, you're looking at your midfield, Sarr and Bergvall, who's obviously the 2 names that was already at the signing. Bergvall's unbelievable on this. He's really good. If you think we're 4th season, he's only 22.
He's only 22, yeah. So
yeah, and he's absolutely
really well
incredible. His pace and agility we know is really good in Football Manager. Always has been, but it's really good this year. And Sarr's exactly the same. Still fairly young and out of possession. Both of them absolutely shine there. You can see 3.5 stars. He's only 25. We're in the 4th season.
That's very strong mentally. Spurs, really. I think they have got a very good young squad coming through at the moment.
Yes, absolutely. So not a lot of change to the first team, but I think, season by season, it's getting better and better. It's just the results and whether they change, really.
That's right, yeah.
Now, your fixtures at the start of the season, you've had one bad-ish result with the 3-3 against Forest, but that's not, too bad. They've brought in Ivan Toney. They've got Morgan Gibbs-White still, so they've got a good side, and you actually pulled it back as well.
Yeah, I was 3-1 down at one stage, yeah. So away from them, 3-1 down, get a draw. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
And like I say, the rest of the results are there. 3 points for each one of them, and I'm not conceding a lot of goals in the other games neither, so pleased with that.
Haven't played anybody good yet.
No, that's the worrying thing.
That's
really.
The one where you're like, well, I had to test myself. You've played Wolves, Crystal Palace, 2 second table, West Ham as well, and Bristol was a league below. Xavi Simons' name is a lot, though.
Yeah, he's
scored in the first 3 games, and then did he get one in the 4-1 win? He didn't, but obviously it's the Carabao Cup. He's on form to kick things off at the start of the season.
The thing is that you've still got to win those games, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing, teams all around you, in the sort of what I'd class as middle of the Premier League, you've got to be winning winning those games.
Yeah, because I'll tell you who didn't do it. Me at the start of the season. Now, I'll reveal the results in a minute, but if we're looking at my recruitment, I only brought in 2 players myself, and both of them were at the back. So we got Renato Vega, who I've already highlighted as my key signing. That was £77 million. I spent just over £100 million, 115 that you can see there. A lot of that's in installments and like clauses. And total received £52 million out. I do like that they are showing that a lot clearer on the new version of Football Manager. But Patrick Dorgu left for 21 million. Mason Mount's actually gone for 25 million. Didn't really play a lot for me. Looks like he's getting game time at AC Milan, so that's nice for him. The second signing that I made, Kostas Koulourakis from Wolfsburg. Again, it's another centre-back, and again, it's a left-sided centre-back. And the reason for it is I wanted to get these left-sided centre-backs for the out-of-possession style when I need to use them as a left-back. And I think that's quite important because, to begin with, I wasn't having that. We've got Pacho, who's the main guy, who is going to do that. And when I do quick pick the best 11, I don't really need to make that much changes because I'm kind of happy with how it's setting up. My only concern really is that my right-sided centre-back, Mainu, does go to right back. And I'm like, okay, well, he can't do that, but it's the only thing that can really happen instead of having him at centre-back, which I think is probably worse than having Yorrell just stay in the position he's in. So at the minute, I'm kind of alright with it. But I think our bench now is really strong, and the defensive side of it was what I really needed to strengthen. With Vega and Koulourakis coming in, Manu, who can also play centre-back, and Aiden Heaven, who's not that good, to be honest. He's like sort of our 4th choice backup centre-back now. I think we got a lot more options, and that's the reason why I made those decisions just to go for the defensive positions. Now, fixtures has not been kind to me in terms of being very good. Man City lost in the Community Shield. Don't worry about that too much. But 2-2 against Everton. Should be winning that at home. That's a bad result. And then 0-0 away from home against Southampton. Really poor. And it looks like they might have nearly battered us because Le Mans was my best player by the looks of it. He had a really high average rating. They had 10 shots, 2 on target. We had 19 and 8. How have we not? Both keepers doing very well. Like they got their keeper 7.9. Although it does say Nottingham Forest. Has he moved since? Oh, he's on loan at Southampton from Nottingham Forest. That is not clear. That should not be there. That should definitely say Southampton. But yeah, we had 8 shots and could not score a goal. Really poor from us, to be honest. And it looks like our defence was the only sort of place on the pitch where we played well. Sesko struggled, 6.3. Kind of worrying. But then Bournemouth, we're back into scoring goals. 3-0 against them. 4-1 against Derby. Then another draw against Newcastle. But what I'm scared with is the goals that I am seeing going in is not exactly from our strike force. Sesko's got a penalty there. That's it. The other 2 is the Delict and a Cunha late one. The game that we won 3-0, Wharton defensive midfield, 2 attacking players there. Not Sesko, though. And then in this 2-2 draw, Adam Wharton again. And Cunha, who I'm guessing come off the bench and scored that because he doesn't start in my starting 11. So a little bit worrying.
So what's happening about your strikers then?
Something to be concerned with, but not really much I can do about it now because the money we don't necessarily have. So season number 4, points-wise, it is still really close. I've had a bit more of a better season 2 and 3 in comparison, but let's see what happens after season 4. Well, a little bit of a change around. 4 points behind Arsenal, Dad, in second place.
Anybody but Arsenal.
But the downside is you drew the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So, very disappointing.
Newcastle, I should have won that game.
There's 4 points.
Yeah.
Right there. And your goal difference obviously would have helped as well. But you were 4 goals away. So I also drew against you there. So we know one of the games was a draw against me. So in a way, I helped out a little bit. But competitions-wise, we absolutely sucked this year.
Yeah.
Now, Dad got to the Carabao Cup final. You lost to Manchester City in that final, 4-2. So not a great result there. Obviously, you didn't play European football this year. The FA Cup was actually won by Liverpool, who went on to face Sheffield United in the final. So they had a nice little season there. Unfortunately, I did terribly. Look how bad my end of season run was. Jesus. I mean, it was luckily that I actually finished in the top 5 for the Champions League next year because Liverpool they're on the same points as me. I just got a way better goal difference. But Aston Villa, they got to the Champions League final. I should be beating Aston Villa in the Champions League semi-final. I had a bad time there. Knocked out Roma along the way. Sociedad as well. So Aston Villa got to the Champions League final and lost to Bayern Munich on penalties.
Not a shame.
So that is a tricky one there. But the game against each other that we had earlier on in the season was won by me, and it was a 2-0 win. Lenny Yoro and Nico Paz with the goals as well. So I'm absolutely buzzing to get that result because I do pick up another point. So although Dan got 1 point for finishing higher, I also get 1 point, and that is where the points lay. After 4 seasons, like we ain't picking up any more there. We had a terrible time. If you're looking at the my competitions, 4th round by Man City in the Carabao Cup, semi-final of the Champions League, and then the FA Cup. Again, it really should say where I got to. I can't remember off the top of my head, so you're going to have to go through. Liverpool, there we go, knocked me out in February, battering me 4-0. So bad results for us in terms of competitions this season. I'm all right with it in a way because I haven't really lost any ground.
Yeah, I needed some more points than that. I could have done with
that Carabao, that FA Cup final. Yeah,
it's not a bad season. I got to come second in the league, quite close. Lost it at the end, really, and got to a final. So it's not a bad season for me, but I just didn't pick any points up for it.
No, that's it. So let's have a look at the squad then for this Manchester United side, who underwhelmed this year, let's say. Benjamin Sesko, I mentioned he didn't score that many goals at the start of the season. Still got 25 by the end of it.
Yeah.
But Nico Paz, by far, has been my best player. So what a signing he has been for me, and he's still only 24 years of age. A fantastic talent, unbelievable, really, really good. Mateus Cunha played quite a lot, which I was surprised with, as well as Rashford, both getting 12 goals, 11 assists. Very similar seasons. Ahmad dropping off slightly. In Burbo didn't get as many goals, but he did get 18 assists, which I believe is the highest this season. So yeah, I'm all right with that. I think Koulourakis, one of my centre backs, played quite a lot, as you can see there. Renato Vega, the more expensive one, started 37 games. So overall, 2 good signings, but maybe I need to be a little bit more clever with my squad building going forward. Now, recruitment, I've got 179 million. So
where's that come from?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing. Let's have a look to see whether I can find whether there was some kind of board takeover. I used to know where it is. Now we have to re-find everything. So I'll have a quick gander. Now, I can't find where you used to be able to go on to like club history and it used to tell you whether something financially there was a takeover. But my new chairperson is called Jazim Abdullah, which I believe is the Qatari guy, Jazim. So that's obviously finally gone through. And I do remember in like season 2, I think, I had like a board embargo because he was trying to attempt to take over the club. So that's obviously happened throughout the season. And we now have a tycoon in for season number 5, which is lovely. And financially, he's done us the world of good. We now have no remaining debts, which for Manchester United, as a fan of Man United for some time, since the Glazers have absolutely ruined the club, is lovely to see. So thank you very much, Jazim, but giving us an overall balance and then giving us that much in the transfer window for season number 5. Oh, lovely stuff.
Just made my job a lot more harder.
It has indeed.
Yes.
Speaking of your job, let's see what you managed to do with this squad. This Tottenham squad that finished in 2nd place. What are we looking at for goals and stuff? So Dusan Vlahovic with just 21.
Not a good season.
Not a lot, no. Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson chipping in with 13 each, 8 and 7 assists. But Javi Simmons with 12 and 8. Yeah, the numbers are rather low there, Dad.
That's what's cost me the league, I feel.
Yeah.
I haven't scored enough goals. So last couple of seasons I've been all right. He scored quite a few goals for me, but I haven't scored so many this year.
One thing I do want to highlight is Luca Williams-Barnett. You stuck him into the first team.
Yeah,
6
out on the wing,
starts. He's got 5 goals. 6 off the bench as well. Fantastic wonder kid on this game. Have a look for him, Luca Williams-Barnett. If you get quite far into the game, or you can pick him up like early on and play him. He has an unbelievable potential on this game, and he's really good as like a base starting attributes. If you're looking in there, I know he's only 2-star, but he can play in so many different positions.
Yeah,
so
it's one of those where I got 1 season left and might be just worth taking a chance and locking him in on that left wing, really, and that'll bring Xavi into the middle more, I think.
Yeah,
Xavi Simmons, so yeah.
He looks really good.
Yeah.
Recruitment for you, Dad, £16 million.
Yeah.
10% of what I was rocking for this summer. So,
I'll have to sell a couple of players if I've got 1 season left, so I can just sell players that I'm not using completely just to try and boost a bit of money and see if I can just buy 1 first-team player. I feel
absolutely
that could be what I'm looking at.
Now, of course, with this being the first versus rebuild of the year, you will get the save game file if you're part of the patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming or the YouTube channel members to either have a gander, steal the tactics, do whatever you would like to do, and have a look at the save in general. And thank you very much to everybody who supports us on that tier. You help Dad be here throughout the week to record these videos, so we really do appreciate it. But let's do the points and see how many of you stuck around for the Season 5 crew. Well, the points after Season number 4 was just Mega Luke with 1 and Dad with 1, meaning not a lot has changed and going into the final season, so Mega Luke with 19 and Dad with 14. Key signing for me at Manchester United this summer was Hugo Larsson. Picked him up from Eintracht Frankfurt. He plays centre mid or defensive midfield, and I think he's going to go alongside Adam Wharton as that perfect replacement because he can also play right back as well. And as you know, my centre defensive mid on the right drops into that position.
Okay, my key signing this season is going to be Andres. Good defensive midfielder. He's at his full potential already at 24, so that's the one position I feel that I was a little bit weak at. His physicals and his mentals are already there, so I think this could be a good signing for me.
All right, Dad, Andres come in for £70 million, but then you got a couple of nice little bargains.
Yes.
Now, you managed to accumulate that amount of money for the players that you did sell. So we've got Mark Casado going for £53 million. So defensive midfielder going out, defensive midfielder coming in.
I've got a stronger one, a better one coming in. So
yeah, I'd agree. Casado was good for why you had him, but the one that you brought in, I agree, is a better player. Valentin Barco come in on a free transfer, so
yeah. I mean, I wasn't looking for a left-sided player, but
it's good enough.
On a free transfer, you just got to grab him when you can, can't you? Really, because
Yeah.
he is a good player. Really,
He was
25. Good.
FM24's most signed wonder kid.
Was he?
Yeah, so Valentin Barco. And then we've got Francesco Pio Esposito.
I couldn't do a rebuild without bringing one of my favourites in, could I really? So I felt that I needed a backup striker, and this guy would do it for me. It's one for the future as well. So if anybody of you guys take over my team, you've got a really good striker sat in the background just waiting to be played, really.
And how'd you say his name?
Oh, I knew you was going to do this to me. Esposito.
A lot better than what you normally do, to be fair. Tactically, Dad, have you changed things around?
I haven't changed anything around. I feel that all I'm going to do is it lock the left back in.
The left mid inside, Williams Barnett, the youngster.
The youngster. I'm going to lock him in. I'm going to take a chance. And like I said earlier as well, it released Xavi Simons to come into the middle, and that's where I feel Simmons is probably
into
better.
that role there.
Yeah, into that area. I've already got Barville there as well, so it puts 3 good players into that one position. But I wanted to try Williams in that area and just see what he can do for me for this season.
I mean, he's definitely got the potential to do it. But yeah, as you say, Simmons is always coming in from that left. You've already got Kulusevski on the right, who's been great for you.
Yeah.
So giving you more options and putting Xavi Simons there alongside Sarr or Bergvall or obviously Chema Andres in there and putting...
I just felt that the centre of my midfield is a lot more stronger now.
Yeah, and putting Williams Barnett in there and just seeing what he can do.
I mean, he might rip this league apart, and you never know.
Got a goal and 2 assists already with a great average rating.
Yeah.
So he is on fire, kicking things off at the start of the season. So let's have a look at it, because you have done very well at the start. We got Everton 5-1 victory there. We got a 0-0 draw away to Fulham, but you did go down to 10 men in the 86th, so held on.
Games are actually over there, though.
Yeah.
It's always an hard game when you go to Fulham, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Craven Cottage.
Yeah,
and then 5-0 against, I'm guessing, newly promoted Ipswich Town.
I mean, that's 2 good wins, really. 5 goals in both games, really. So I'm going to take that. Good, especially being at home. Good entertainment for the crowd as well. So I'm happy with the start up so far. But I haven't put anybody like sort of the top teams again. So I can't say too much.
Garnacho playing at Everton, which is quite an interesting one. So has he moved for big money, or is he on loan? So he was a loan for £40 million. Though Chelsea didn't really play him that much, which is quite funny, isn't it? But development-wise, he's all right, I guess. But I don't like him now. There we go. Anyway, Manchester United. Obviously, I had a lot of money to spend. Now, my key signing... probably not my favourite signing that you're going to like from this one. And given the 2 teams that me and Dad are for this rebuild, I love this transfer window. This is my best transfer window. Harry Kane joins.
No way. I hadn't seen this, by the way.
Harry Kane has joined.
I wasn't here when Luke done his signing, so I don't believe that. Harry Kane, that is so naughty.
36 years of age. He finally come to the club he always wanted to sign for.
I honestly felt that he was going to go to United.
Yeah, when he
left.
left. Yeah.
I honestly did think he was going to go.
And he's still got it. He got 12 goals last year, look. So we signed him for £6.5 million. He's only played 1 game off the bench so far.
I missed one there, didn't I? I missed one there.
But £6.5 million for Harry Kane. Woo! So he's going to be a great backup for Benjamin Sesko. But Hugo Larsson was my main sign at £80 million. To be honest, Yeremy Pino started the best, though. 2 assists, 1 goal, 1 player of the match in 3 appearances, £58 million on a release clause from Crystal Palace, and he gives us the option to play in all 3 of those positions, which of course we have 4 positions that we are using in that. Really good player to bring in. Great flair, great agility, unbelievable on the ball, and he's only 26. So you guys who wanted to take over, nice little youngster coming in there. I say youngster, 26, but a guy in his prime that you won't have to look to replace straight away. He's on a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. I'm not changing anything. I know I had a bad year, but I'm not changing anything. However, I'm locking in a goalkeeper. And I'm thinking of you guys who might want to take this over. Charlie Scott, who's come through my youth team, Irish as well, always got a nice little link with Manchester United and Ireland. He looks almost as good as Semi Lomond, so I'm thinking let's just go for it.
Big gamble, wasn't it? Last season.
Good reflexes, good agility, fantastic position at 15. Determination's there. Why not give him an opportunity and see what he can do in this final year? So obviously if I do pick the best 11, he would not go into that. Le Mans would keep his place in goal, but I'm happy with the rest of it and how it looks. The likes of Sesko, Paz, and Burmo, Fernandez, and Pino is my front five now. Very good. Wharton and Larson, so Larson does take that role away from Mainu, but he fits the right back situation way better. Vega, Pacho, and Yoro as a back three, which then turns Vega into the left back. Perfect for me. I really like this tactic. I like how it's played out. I think it was just finding the right players for it, and I think this could be a good year for me now that I found a couple of players that I think really suits the system. Who is going to take that final season in their hands and win this versus rebuild? Fixture-wise, for me, I've started very well. But again, I haven't played any amazing, but I did play the Champions League finalists away from home and beat them 4-2. So it's been a good start. 3-0 against Everton there.
Taking a hammer in there this season.
And West Ham 5-0 as well. Bruno Fernandes hat-trick. So he's still very good considering he's 34. But again, like I said, that 20 natural fitness will just carry him through. Yeah, I'm happy with the start of the season. We'll see what happens. Let's find out. Season number 5. Season number 5 then. And it's a Manchester United Premier League win on goal difference. I'd love for this to happen in real life, by the way. Can you imagine the meltdowns? That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Especially because on one of the final games of the season, I lost 3-2 to Liverpool. But what you're also going to see is a Champions League win as well.
Done the double, mate. Well done.
Against Girona in the final.
Where did they come from in that?
How has that happened? And I was looking at this Girona side as well. They ain't got like a really good team. Like I don't know how they've managed to reach the final. They got some good players, but like their top scorer for the whole season has got 15 goals in Abel Ruiz. How have they done this? Like their players are not amazing. They're decent, but not amazing. I don't know. They got to the final.
Yeah, well done.
So, fair play to Girona. Unfortunately, you don't get a trophy for finishing runners-up. You do for winning it, though. 3-0. 2 goals coming quite close together between Benjamin Sesko and then followed up by Bruno Fernandes after the ball was played to Pino down the right-hand side and he knocked in the rebound. The final goal was an own goal, but I don't care. 3-0. We lift the trophy. Absolutely fantastic stuff from this Manchester United team, which I would dare say, points-wise, probably over now.
Oh, 100%. You've won the big one, haven't you, really? The Champions League, that's the one that does me.
So competitions, if we're looking at it, you had got some glory here, Dad. You knocked me out of the quarter-final of the FA Cup. However, you didn't go on to win it. Chelsea beat Brentford in the final of that one. So, yeah, you didn't get very far on that one. In the Carabao Cup, I was knocked out of the quarter-finals by Manchester City. So, although I had a great time there, and again, like this competitions page, I've won the Champions League. You would never be able to tell. It just doesn't say anything. So, what is the point in this page? I really don't understand
There should be a picture of a cup there with your name on it.
It says there, champions there. That's underwhelming. Yeah. Really underwhelming. I want there to be something to display that I've actually bloody won the thing. It's so frustrating, but there we go. Stats, the team statistics for this. Goals still earning Haaland, which, you know, what more can we say about him? It's just constant every single time, isn't it? He's up there for the most goals. We got Benjamin Sesko there with 16. Spurs, Vlahovic, 12 in the league.
Yeah.
How did you finish third? It's crazy, isn't it? Defensively, we must have done so well because we got like Ipswich and Leicester players.
I do keep saying this to you. In real life as well, I do think we've got one of the best defences in the country, really. But,
but
I lost the same amount of games as you as well. It just drew too many this time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll come second and third in the last 2 seasons, so I've got to be happy with that. All right, I've just ain't got the points to go with it.
The results against... I played Girona earlier on in the competition as well and beat them there. The results against each other, I beat you in the Premier League 1-0. Benjamin Sesko. Porro got himself sent off again.
Again, yeah.
Then going on through, I played Arsenal 3 times there because I had to play him in the Champions League as well. You knocked me out of the FA Cup, which means you do obviously get 2 points there. Mickey van der Ven with a 91st minute winner in that game after I pulled it back 2 minutes later. But Williams Barnett, you got the first one.
Pleased with that.
Then you stuffed me in the league, 5-1.
Result, innit? Cool, blimey.
5-1 against me in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know how I managed to win the league because there's so many games in April where I dropped points and they were all in the Premier League. Like, I must have been so far ahead.
You had a really good run early doors anyway.
Yeah, and then almost throw it away as Liverpool obviously pulled it to the same level. That was a 91st minute win as well. Win on goal difference after going behind that in the first minute. So that was a tough one. But overall, we got the Premier League, we got the Champions League. I am happy because Carabao Cup, neither of us won either. If we're looking at the Carabao Cup, that was won by City, who defeated Liverpool in the final there. We'll have a look at the points in a second then. But squad-wise, how is this team looking? Goals, we've got 27 from Benjamin Sesko, Yeremy Pino with 20, Nico Paz with 20, and 21 assists.
That's why you won the league.
Yeah.
3 players in the 20s, yeah.
Really good
right
stuff.
Behind it with 17.
Cunha and Bruno and Mbermo still in double
All
figures
your
too.
midfield's doing really well in it. So.
Solid. Harry Kane, 7 and 3.
Yeah.
And he's retiring. Finishing his career in the colours of Manchester United. Bless him. At age 36. He will be 37, I think. The signing of Wharton and Hugo Larsson, putting them together, I think was solid. Really good at the back there. And then the goalkeeper, of course, Charlie Scott, gave him an opportunity this season. He played quite well. He did concede a fair amount of goals, 43, but he did keep a lot of clean sheets too, 12 in the league alone. Has he developed a little bit? A little bit. I expected him to develop a little bit more than this, I must be honest. But in terms of how he looks as a goalkeeper at age 19, I think he's solid. If anybody wants to take this over, of course, Season 5 crew, thank you very much for joining us here for the first one in the Versus Rebuild. If you are part of the Season 5 crew, let us know in the comments. But if you're also going to take over the save game file, Charlie Scott, I want to know how he gets on. Let us know. Drop it in the comments if you take this on and see how it plays out, because I've built a nice little team here. And plus, of course, £82 million with Tycoon Takeover. Dad, let's look at your squad then. The losers, I think, of this Versus Rebuild. Just 16 goals again from Dusan Vlahovic.
Yeah, not good, does it?
Your best performer was Williams Barnett, 13 and 12.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That was a good little sort of locking him in. You could see, he's really improved, and that's going to be
phenomenal player.
Yeah. Really good. Really pleased with that. Good decision to lock him in. So disappointed really that I didn't do a little bit better than I did. But season 3 let me down. Yeah. I'm going to take away the last season. You've done absolutely brilliant the last season. Winning the league, winning the Champions League. You deserve to win it. But I feel really I should have been a lot closer with season 3 let me down. 11-1 I lost that.
Yeah.
That was such a bad season for me. And that's cost me, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Recruitment, you got £8.5 million. So there's a rebuild within that.
Yeah,
a rebuild of this rebuild, because I think financially
blimey.
you're in trouble there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look then at the final points tally. Season 5 points then are Megaluke with 14 and Dad with 3, meaning the total points are Megaluke with 33 and Dad with 17. There we go, 33 to 17. Big thank you all for watching. Remember, if you're still looking to order the game, you can do through my affiliate link, should you wish to obviously pick up the game and also help support me too. I'll get a bit of a kickback from that, so really do appreciate it. You do get early access beta, and it is through Steam as well. Unfortunately for console players, I can't offer you that same thing, but I appreciate the amount of people who have messaged and asked. That's very kind of you to just even consider it. But hopefully when the console game comes out for you guys, there will be another way of maybe getting it that's down the same price. I'm not quite sure. They've never really pushed it out that much. But let me know your thoughts on the first ever Versus Rebuild. Do you like the little subtle changes that we've added, using the goals, using the key features? We just want to try and keep it fresh and keep something that we know that you guys love the format, but maybe tweak it, just keep modernize it as much as we possibly can. If there's something that you want to see throughout the Versus Rebuilds as well, maybe have a, put that in the comments and we can sort of like look into whether it's possible for us to do it, if there's like a nice cool way of doing it, because obviously we know a lot of this has been dumbed down and made a lot look worse. For instance, the key players was because we wanted to showcase something that editors were really passionate about. So let us know all of that information down in the comments, and of course subscribe. We're en route to 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you can help us get there if you haven't done so already. On video on your screen right now is the first episode that me and Dad have started with a Liverpool versus Manchester City 10 years race to see who can win the most trophies. So that one is really hotting up. That's on screen right now.